Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. I'm working on two 6x12 layouts with photos from Philly. This is Independence Hall down here, and that's actually a 5x7 that has been enlarged. And I also put the metallic finish on it from Nation's Photo Lab. So if you've never tried that and you want to highlight a special photo, that's a great way to do it. The metallic finish is fabulous. Now, this is kind of an interesting layout because I actually have something on the other side, but I want to use this white background. I think I also want to work in some red because I've got it in the flag and that sign, and I did find this strip in my bags of just random extra pieces of paper. So to work in that red, I'm thinking I might use that, but I'm not totally sure. I also have this little scrap of paper that I might want to use because there are bricks here and it's a brick building. But then, just to throw in more stuff, I have this stencil that makes it look like brick, and I am tempted to try to use it over here. Now, because there's already something on the back side of that, it makes me extremely nervous to do anything on this side without actually testing it first. So I think I'm going to take the stencil with some different colored inks, do some test spots first to see how it looks and what color will work with what I've got here, and then I'll go from there. All right, I've done a little testing here. So I have a test sheet of paper, and at first I just did one color, and I did the Cajun Craze from Stampin' Up. That was a good base. It's that more orangey tone that you see, which looks like this down here, but it was too bright, I thought. So then I decided, well, what if I layer over another part on there? And so then I went with the soft suede on top, also from Stampin' Up, and I got this, and I feel like that's a pretty good match to the paper, but I'm still very nervous about putting it on the back of my layout here, and I'm also worried about how it looks with this red. I'm just not sure. Now, of course, I could ditch the red if I wanted to and just use this, the stenciled part, as the background, and just maybe use little red embellishments if I want. I'm just undecided at this point. Makes me nervous to put a lot of this down on that sheet. I mean, worst case scenario is if I hate it, I could layer another white piece on top of it. So it's not like I can't get rid of it. But for some reason, I'm really nervous because I don't use stencils very much. Okay, I have the stencil at the ready, and I think I only want to do kind of like this area, almost like the lower left in a triangle a little bit. I don't want to cover the whole entire thing. If I do it and like the way it looks, I could always add more, but I want to start with the less is more attitude and see how it goes. So I have that. I've got the stencil here. I just have a piece of old cardboard, thin cardboard from some order that I did. I always keep those around because you never know when you might need them. So I'm going to start with the Cajun Craze. And this is all I did. I just kind of dabbed it in there like this, made sure I had enough on there, and then kind of did a mix between rubbing and just dabbing it on there because I wasn't sure what exactly would work the best. I just kind of have my fingers crossed that, you know, that it'll look good in the end. And I realized I could have taped this down as well with washi tape, maybe. But it seems to be holding pretty well the way I'm doing it, so I'm just going to stick with that. And if anybody out there has done a lot of stenciling, either on cards or on your scrapbook layouts, let me know if you have any tricks or anything, because I definitely like the way it looks. I'm just frankly intimidated by it, so I haven't done it a whole lot. As you can see, this one was brand new. I had to open it up for the first time to use it. Uh-oh, whoops, there we go. It moved a little bit. Get it back on track. There we go. That wasn't too scary. Woo! There we go. And actually, you know what? Before I do the next color, I think I will get some washi and tape this down because I don't want it to shift while I'm layering the other color on top. All right, I have it taped down now, so hopefully it won't shift on me. Now I'm moving, whoops, back to that soft suede and just doing the same technique, just over the top. Sorry if you can hear that. Someone upstairs in my house is blowing their nose. And actually, I guess you don't need to see me watch, or you don't need to watch me do the entire layering here. So I could go off camera for some of it, and I will come back when it's done. All right, so there you can see how the first section came out. Now I'm moving on to the second one. I've lowered the stencil, I've matched it up relatively close, and then I'm only going to do probably from about here down because I don't want the top portion in there. I want it to look graduated. So I think from here down will probably be good. Guess what? It's done, and I love the way that looks. Now, I do think I'm actually going to lose some of it up here because I think I'm going to situate the photo somewhere like that. And then look for some washi to separate the photo from this background. Not quite sure what color that's going to be, but I will do that. And then that way up here, I have room for a title or embellishments or whatever else I want to do. But I do love the way this turned out, so I'm super excited about that. And then I just need to clean off my stencil. As you can see, I put down my photo. I also put that red paper strip I had at the beginning, I cut it down and I put some as a border between there. I actually had this strip of washi first, and it was so narrow and it's slightly lighter than the red paper. I really wasn't happy with the look of it, so I decided not to use that. So I'm happy I have the paper, and I still have this left if I want to work it in up top or somewhere else around the layout. Not sure. I also cut down this piece that I had over here, so I have one 3x4 for the pocket. I don't want another one down here. I think that's too much, especially now that I have stenciled over here, so I have to come up with something else for this pocket. So in the same sticker book as this sticker, I have this page, and I'm thinking about using this one that says more memories, less things. It actually is grammatically incorrect. It should say fewer things, but I will use it anyway because I like the color. I like that there's some blue in there, bluish gray actually, which matches the blues I've got, and this ends up looking kind of gray in the shadow here, and I think it might look all right on top of this brick because I really don't know what else to do with that there. I don't need to journal a lot, but that would at least let me get in a little bit of shininess there with the foil, a little bit of the bluish gray color, and some white as well. When I went to adhere the sticker, I didn't like how dark that was against the brick, so I decided to mat it on just an extra piece of white cardstock. So I've done that, and now I can all right, there, now I can attach it, and I think I do want it just right in the middle like that. There we go. So when these are next to each other, that one will sit in that upper pocket, and then I still have to figure out what to do down here. And do I want to add anything to these other photos? I don't know that I need to. Some of it depends on what I choose to go here, because if this ends up being kind of busy next to this, I probably shouldn't add anything else. But if I could find something a little more plain, maybe I can add some embellishments. I found this card that I want to use, but it meant that I had to switch things up just a little bit. With the other arrangement I had, I didn't like the way the white was so close to the white background down here, so I switched these around, and then I also moved these two around because I didn't want these two in the same row together. I like to have a good mix of where my pocket cards land and where my photos land. Sorry if you can hear that. Now my cat's yowling outside the door. I apologize. Anyway, so I changed to this configuration, and I like that better, and I love that this is very subtle, but yet it does have that lighter blue to go with the photo over there, so I do like that. So I think in terms of filling the pockets, that part is done. So now I have to just decide, do I want something up here? Well, I need something up here for sure, and then do I want embellishments anywhere else? So I decided to pull out the same sticker book that I used before for this sticker. I added one over here that says Life is Grand, and I thought that was appropriate because when you look at this building, it's kind of grand, right? So I have that because this is what's off to the side of this big building here. And then I want to find one or maybe more of these that I can layer up top to tie it all together with a visual triangle. And at first glance, I like this one that says make memories. It's a little bit of a greenish tint. So is this one, and it would grab the green from the other side because I really don't have that over here. But I also like this one that says live life to the fullest. So not sure, but I will play around with that and then I'll pick something. All right, I haven't stuck them all down yet, but I decided to go with the Make Memories sticker from that sticker book I had. And then I like this pennant here or phrase label that says let's go. And then in my red phrases, I have this one that says landmark, which is perfect. And it allows me to bring in a little more red. So I'm going to adhere those and then I'll do the final decision of do I need anything more on this side. All right, after I did all that, I did decide to add one more phrase label down there. I just decided to use that one that says history is cool. And it's brown, so it matches the buildings and the brick and all of that. And even the font here. So now I think this one is done. And I'm really glad that I tried the stenciling technique. Now I hopefully won't be so afraid of it. And it's another one done for Philly. Thanks for watching.